Welcome on in to Orange Show Speedway in San Bernardino, California. It is a balmy, sunny 90 degrees out here in Southern California, but temperatures will be in the high 70s later tonight once that sun sets in just a little bit. In the booth with me, the one and only Mr. Bob Vincent. Bob?
I'm hot, I'm sweaty, and I'm having a great Saturday. Alan, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. It is our last race out here at Orange Show Speedway until our summer race break begins after this weekend.
So this is our spring break.
Essentially, we're taking a couple months off. We will be back in late August. We will talk about that later today. But Bandolero's on track for qualifying today. We're taking a look at what's happening out at the racetrack today. There's a lot of great racing that's going to be happening out here. And on top of that, we do have, because so much sun is been beaming down on this racetrack all night long, we have been seeing these cars get loose, especially in 3 and 4, Bob.
Yeah, man, it's like a slip and slide out there. I mean, it's like you remember back in the day during this hot summer California weather, spring in this case, we'd break out the tarps, the trash bags, and make our own slip and slide. Yeah, and we'd use the same water to hydrate ourselves. Gotta love that leaded hose water. But yeah, that's what 3 and 4 is going to be like today, folks. We did get a word from some of our drivers who were practicing earlier before qualifying, and they did say because of the direction of the sun, because it is a nice clear day out here in San Bernardino, 3 and 4 is going to be a little slippery, a little slip and slidey, nevertheless. And for those of you guys just joining us on our live stream, thank you guys for tuning ahead of schedule. It is now working. Let us know if you have any issues on your side, hearing us or seeing us. I mean, if you can't see us, it's all right because the camera's not pointed at us. But nevertheless, we're large and in charge, and we are live on our YouTube live stream. Once again, I'm Bob Vincent. Alan Bailey's taking care of some stuff. He's scratching my back, but you know we have a full night of racing tonight for our Back to the 80s. Of course, we're going to start off with our national anthem right around 10 to the top of the hour, 10 to 6. Of course, we're very proud, Alan, to bring back our junior fan club. That's when we open up our track to all of our youngest fans. They bring out their scooters, their tricycles, their bicycles. I don't know. Have we gotten hoverboards? Have we gotten any skateboards out here for the junior fan club?
Bob, and our camera has come back up on qualifying. Apologies for the delayed reaction right there.
We got
it. By the way, we actually do have our live chat available. So if you're watching right now on YouTube Live, on youtube.com/Orange Show Speedway, make sure that you drop any questions, comments, concerns. You're heading out to the Speedway tonight. You bring in your bicycle because this is the first of 2023's Junior Fan Club race. The Fifth Gear Barbecue Junior Fan Club is back. And Bob, like you were saying, what's great about that is not only do these kids get to race on a racetrack, but they also get a chance to get a free meal. So for the parents, you bring your kid out for some entertainment.
Yeah.
You get them some exercise out in the great outdoors on the racetrack. You get them fed, and they're tired and they sleep all the way home. You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. This is why I don't have kids. I don't have time to deal with nap times and play dates and school enrollments and vaccinations. No. I'd rather be here watching racing for you guys. And you know what? After the Junior Fan Club, we'll start our races with one of my favorites, the Bandoleros, who are currently on the scene.
Absolutely. You have Garcia Braxton in the number 57, who just ran a 16:68 right there. Good for 7th fastest of the 7 Bandoleros that have taken time.
Yeah.
We're waiting to confirm that we have had all the Bandoleros come on through for qualifying, but I believe that will do it for the night. And he's just taken an extra lap. There is a national qualifier for the Bandoleros and for the Legend cars. And Bob, for the Legend cars tonight, $1,000 on up for grabs, I should say, for the main event later tonight. So we've had Bandoleros come from out of state, not only for the national qualifier, but for this amazing prize that's on hand. So these drivers, they're hungry. They want to go ahead and get out there and not only make their national points, but they want that $1,000, man.
I want $1,000. You know what? If you see me down there running, trying to sprint my way to the pole, just mind your business. I'm trying to get $1,000.
Yeah, Bob's just going to be down there. I don't know if you're going to get a Legend car that's ready to go for tonight's race, Bob, but you're more than welcome to try.
I'm just going to run on my own 2 feet, Alan, at 75 miles an hour.
Yes, you're going to roadrunner this thing. You're going to be chasing out. The Coyote is going to be chasing after you. It's going to be great.
Exactly.
And we do have Sport Compacts coming out for qualifying here at Orange Show Speedway. Gates are going to be opening at 4 p.m., so in about 12 minutes or so. They're going to be opening on up. Our first main event is going to be kicking off at 6 p.m. tonight. Garrett Turbo in this number 30 car heading on out there.
What a name.
See, this car would look familiar to you because this car actually was driven by another driver last season and got to victory lane a couple times. And we've seen a driver change during the offseason. Garrett taking over this number 30 car. It's a good-looking, fast car. And Garrett's had a few top 5 runs this season in this car, and he's looking pretty darn sporty, I might add.
Yeah, and on that subject, Alan, I mean, you know, we do give a lot of credit to our drivers. We name drop them every race, but you're right. You know, we've seen this car before, different drivers, and it's just it's a testament to the team aspect of racing. It's not just the drivers that are driving the race, you know, every pun intended. No, you have a whole crew of mechanics, engineers, even the family. They're part of the same crew.
A 16:32 right there for Garrett, top of the speed charts of the one car that has qualified. He's coming into tonight's race 11 points out of the point lead, third in the Sport Compact point standings. The number 42, David Stiles, who ended up picking up a victory last time we raced out here. David Stites, apologies right there. And David is actually the points leader by a mere 5 points over Tony Price coming into this race. And Bob, this car is sporty fast, and he's really excited. But you take a look at that left rear.
Yeah.
It's actually that, man, that right rear is digging in so much that the left rear is actually coming off the ground. He's got only 3 tires making contact, which is just great because you see that tire. Watch under braking right here. It just goes in there and it just stops turning.
Yeah.
Because it comes off the ground. And then right there off, it kind of grabs again and goes, and he's good to go.
I mean, I'm just getting the bird's eye view over here. He must have, raised that tire about, what, a good 8 inches?
At least a 16:27 right there for David. Top of the chart so far, but the man who's chasing him, Tony Price, in this number 22 car, comes in 5 points out of the points lead after 2 races. And a little push right there, Bob. You saw that.
I did.
He chased it. He might have just sent it in a little too much. Let's see what lap number 2 does. Same thing. You can see that left rear kind of come off the ground on the 22. And hey, man, if that's how it's set up for and that's how she's fast, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But let's see if she can hug that white.
You know what, Alan? I'm noticing that tire's lifting too. They're
sending it down there. They're trying to find every ounce of speed they can get.
It's a fight between physics, centrifugal force, wit, luck, skill. Everything's at play in this beautiful sunny day out here in San Bernardino, Alan.
Absolutely. Tony coming in at a 17:11, good for third fastest, 7/10 off the pole right there. Tracy Callie in the number 14 out there taking her time.
Yeah, that is white and pink with pink handprints, bloody handprints off the side, like it's The Walking Dead or something.
That is a paint job.
Very loose.
Just a little. She kept it off the wall though, but that's a nice little 360.
All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and assume lap number 1, Bob. That's a throwaway.
Yeah,
that's a throwaway lap. But she's hanging out down there, so she might need to refire that thing.
All the drifting we've had, I think it's influenced our regular drivers.
They're trying something new, Bob, I'm telling you.
I love some style points out of turn 4.
And Tracy, part of a racing family out here, her father may or may not be driving the 14C that looks exactly like that car, and her stepmother going to be driving in this division as well. But she's decided one and done, so she'll be taking a provisional. She'll be going to the back for Tracy Callie right there. And if you're curious, that first lap right there where she spun was good for a 42.78. So that might not be the fast time out here, but you can see your stepmother, the Queen Bee, 14D.
I love it.
She got a new paint job, and yes, if you take a look, there is a stinger on the back of that thing.
There is. It is adorable, man. It's just a great reminder. Save the bees, especially right now, Alan. With all the rain we've had, this super bloom, the bees love it. I love it.
Hey, I saw the bee movie. Bees are critical to the ecosystem, man.
Yes, sir.
But you could see her right here, the warm-up lap. And I don't know, Bob, that rear end it's just hunkered down. That front end is just sticking up in the air. Not sure if that's by design or there's something going on with the springs on that car.
Very, very apprehensive, very calculating into turn 4.
Let's see what she does here on lap 1. A 19:04, good for fourth fastest. Donna Whaley. So that is Donna Watley, who comes into the points 5th, 39 points out into this race. Lap number 2. in 1866. Good for fourth fastest of the what will be 6 vehicles that take time.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy's showing up for that car.
Call him Steve. He wants to be called Steve on I don't know why.
But I'm saying timing and scoring is showing Buddy for that 14C.
Yeah, because Buddy switched cars. His car is dead.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
So Buddy Davis in this car. And Buddy coming in at a 19:12 right there on lap number 1. What did you want to be called? I'm sorry.
That's his actual name.
Steve Davis?
Steve Davis right there, nicknamed Buddy, but we're going to be calling him Steve, coming in at a 19:33, 5th fastest of the 6 that have taken time out there.
You know, I dig it. I'll call him Steve.
And Steve having issues with his vehicle, so he actually jumped in this 14 last minute. David Stites currently fastest out here at Orange Show Speedway for the Sport Compacts and the number 42 car. We're waiting to confirm that qualifying has concluded for the Sport Compacts. It has. So your points leader getting the provisional pole out here, Bob. David's looking to make it 2 for 3 in 2023 out here tonight before our summer race break.
Yeah.
One of the coolest cars you will see out at Orange Show Speedway, the number 91, Pat Dennison.
You know what, Alan? On my first day out here on the track, I think I fell in love with the car. It is nice and sleek, classic stock car design with that royal purple. Pat Dennison behind the wheel, and of course, as a co-pilot, none other than Wile E. Coyote. Now, just taking a look after that first lap, Alan, Pat Dennison has got a 16.509. Let's see how he does for the second lap. Nice.
To the line.
All right, shaving it down to 14.76, Alan.
Fastest time so far, but he is the first car to qualify. The number 7, Randy Becker Jr., defending track champ out here. Ooh, a little loose right there in the middle of 1 and 2. 3 and 4 has been the treacherous spot all day long out here.
Well, you got to consider, Alan, and you got to consider, folks, any of you folks watching on our YouTube live stream. 3 and 4, they're being beaten down by the sun.
A 14.54 for Randy right there on lap
Nice.
number 1 as James comes out in the number 15 car for a warm-up. But to the line, the number 7 car. Let's see what he does right here. A little bit of a pickup time right there. A 14.37 for Randy Becker Jr. in that 7 car. Randy.
I'm sorry, Alan. If there's anybody that
Oh,
knows.
hang on. Sorry. Saw the 15 get really loose entering right there. That was a 4-tire slide if I've ever seen one, but he held on to it. Good for him. Sorry. That made my blood pressure raise a little bit, but it was quick.
I mean, we have a marble countertop. You gripped into it.
I did a 14.26 right there on lap number 1. Let's see what James does on lap 2. A little bit of the pickup, a 14.26 right there, top of the charts for that number 15. One of the coolest, baddest looking cars out here, the number 22 Sticker Demon car out here for John Sharika in the number 22. And let's see what he does out here. Did pick up a win last time we raced out here for the Pro 4s, Bob.
Yeah, dude. You know what? John Sarica is becoming a household name here at the Orange Show Speedway, man.
Absolutely, and a 14.34 right there for John on lap number 1, but through 3 and 4, let's see what happens on lap number 2. Pretty smooth through 3 and 4 to the line. Top of the charts, a 14.18. Quick time for John in that number 22 Sticker Demon car.
And don't look down. That is number 6, Kyle Klein.
Kyle coming into the points, 14 points out of the point lead, 3rd in the point standings, looking for his first victory out here in 2023. A little squirrely right there through 3 and 4, but that is good for the top of the charts with a 14.02. Knocks John off the provisional pole right there. New quick time And I don't think he's done yet. Oh, much smoother through 3 and 4 right there. Let's see what he does coming to the line.
Wow.
A little slower, actually. A tenth slower on lap number 2 for that 6 car, but so far top of the charts. As we see the number 24 come on out. Ooh. Not sure, but something clearly happened to the right side of that car. There is a number 24 on the left side, but not on the right side.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Loose under acceleration off of 2 right there, so we'll see what he does here off of 3 and 4.
I don't know if that was deliberate, Alan.
That's not deliberate, no.
That seemed a little calculating.
And he's on the apron right there, so you can get on the apron a little bit, but you got to be weary. It almost looks like he's got something wrong with his suspension or something in the rear there because it's just so unstable right there, and he's just holding on for dear life.
Just pop the trunk, get rid of the luggage. You won't fishtail anymore.
I suppose a 1562 right there for the 24 car.
Yeah, that is a Mira Santana in the 24.
And that car is going to need to have some work done, but he's got to get off the track and out of the racing group because the number 32 coming for a warm-up lap here.
Tony Caputo in the red and white 32.
24 pulls off right there. Let's see what this 32 does. Nice and smooth through 1 and 2. Let's see what happens down here. Not fighting the car. I like it. Nice and smooth through 3 and 4.
He turned early enough. I saw the wheels react.
Oh, yeah. 14:55. Good for 5th fastest on lap number 1 for the 32 car. A little loose off of the 2 right there. And looks like he overdrove it just a little bit through 3 and 4 to the line. Jumps up to 4th fastest with a 14:30. Couple tenths off the front row right there as the number 97, Cody Carruthers, comes on out in that white number 97 car. Green flag right here. And a question in the chat, will the race be live streamed anywhere? Unfortunately, no. Our races out here at Orange Show Speedway are not live streamed, just qualifying before the gates open. White flag for the number 97, good for 6 fastest with a 14:39 for Cody Carruthers.
But by all means, if you can come on down to the Orange Show Speedway today, please come on. Bring some new cats. Bring some people that have never ever seen racing. Show them what this place is all about. Everybody is welcome here, so come on down after qualifying. Join us for our Back to the 80s night. We got a full night of racing. Of course, we've got our Bandoleros, Pro 4, Sports Compact, Pony Stocks, Legends, Pro Late Model, Street Stock, and all the good stuff you've come to know at the Orange Show Speedway.
And Cody Carruthers jumping up to 2nd fastest with a 14:11 right there. Just about a tenth off of the front row right there. Unfortunate for Cody. But that is good for Kyle. We're waiting to confirm that all of the Pro 4s have qualified, which they have. Kyle Klein on the provisional pole for tonight's main event for the Pro 4s.
And if you're just tuning in, I just want to reintroduce you, man. Alan Bailey over here to my left, I assure you, and over to here to his right,
Bob Vincent.
That's right. Thank you for joining us on our live stream. We hope to see you here live and in charge at the Orange Show Speedway.
Tickets are still available. You can log on to orangeshowspeedway.org/tickets or simply come to the main gate in order to get your tickets. And do have a couple of cool announcements, Bob.
Yeah.
You saw it on our social medias this week. Maybe you didn't. But every mother who is in attendance tonight for our Back to the 80s night will automatically be entered into a raffle for a chance to drop the green flag for one of our main events out here tonight.
Wow.
And get a pace car ride, or get a pace car ride in one of our Toyota of Redland Pace vehicles. We actually have multiple vehicles out here tonight from Toyota of Redlands so that we can get as many moms as possible around this speedway tonight. So we're pretty excited about that, and that is an absolutely free raffle. You just have to let people at the front gate know, hey, I'm a mom, I want to be entered into the raffle, and they'll take care of you. Speaking of taking care of you, Tyler Hicks in that number 6 car, defending track champ, but unfortunately it looks like there is an issue with his transponder.
Yeah, we didn't get any readings on our race monitor app, which, if you are a race fan, you have a smartphone, I mean, who doesn't these days? Be sure to get onto your Apple iStore or your Google Play Store and download the race monitor app. It's free to download, and merely dollars for a whole year of racing updates, not just for Orange Show Speedway, but for any of the racetracks, professional and amateur, throughout the country.
Absolutely. Through North America, there's literally thousands of tracks that you can watch live timing and scoring in real time, and you can go back to previous races to check out live timing and scoring. Download the Race Monitor app now, available on the App Store. So, Bob, to talk about transponders here for a second.
Yes.
Transponders are little beeper-like devices that actually do track the live timing and scoring of these cars. It's the responsibility of the drivers when they arrive at Orange Show Speedway, and any speedway for that matter, to make sure that they not only have a transponder and that it is working, but also to securely fasten it in the race vehicle. A lot of guys just simply put it in their pocket and get in the car and go, and it doesn't always read. It needs to be in a very specific spot in the actual car in order to properly function and communicate with live timing and scoring. This is done to make sure that we don't have cheaters putting it on the front bumper, trying to get that little extra, that sort of thing.
Right.
So,
and speaking of working transponders, we do have number 72, Michael Vanderlip.
ooh, a 15 flat right there on lap number 1 for that 72. That car is a spotter's dreams because it is a bright cherry red, and the number is neon yellow. That is perfect for a spotter right there.
You can't miss it, man.
And speaking of spotters, Bob, maybe you've heard of the Door Bumper Clear podcast. Maybe you haven't.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
So it is a podcast made by Dirty Mo Media, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s media company, that involves the spotters of NASCAR being on that podcast answering questions. They got an email from a Josh McCool. Now, Josh McCool happens to be our flagman tonight.
Yeah.
And for the record, he wants everyone to know it was not him who emailed that podcast this week. Stop bothering him. Admittingly, I heard the podcast and I thought, oh, cool. Josh got a question in. Not the case. Different Josh McCool. But nevertheless, it was pretty thrilling this week. Taking a look on the racetrack, the number 2 out there right now with a 1475.
That is a really cool looking italicized number 2 on the side of Steven Brucker's car.
Lap number 1 was actually the quick one with a 1475. It was about 1/100th slower on lap number 2 for that number 2 car, but still top of the charts.
And like a bat out of hell, number 32, Justice Hadlick, pardon.
Yeah, Justice. He's raced out here at Orange Show Speedway a few times. That is a very cool orange, black, white motif car.
Now, get a load of that, folks. Just getting a taste, laying some rubber on the track, getting some traction for himself to make these next 2 laps really count.
He's trying to get every ounce he can out of this. There's $1,000 on the line out here tonight for these legend cars, and they absolutely want it. But more importantly, they want those national points. It is the national qualifier for the INEX legend cars out here tonight. To the line, lap number 1. A 15:13, good for third fastest, 3/10 off the pole so far. Let's see if he can pick it up a little bit here on lap number 2 for that number 32 car. Through 3 and 4, hugging the white line decently. Good run off, a little loose off though. Holding strong at third. It was a tick slower on lap number 2 for that 32, so just got a little too loose off of 4, and that cost him, unfortunately, getting back to the line. The number 22 coming out. Oh, just the confidence coming through the front stretch right there off of the access road. I dig it, man.
He came to play.
Oh, a little loose off right there. 3 and 4 has been the treacherous spot all day. Chad Hansen in that number 22 car. Coming to the line. A 15:17, good for 4th fastest, 4/10 off the front row right now. Chad Hadlick actually on that number 22 as we're getting updated information now. And that actually did jump him up there to 3rd fastest with a 15:05, 3/10 off the front row right now.
Now, Alan, I know some of our fans watching on the live stream, they noticed this concrete bullpen near turns 3 and 4. We'll fill you in more after this qualifying, after Legends qualifies. But yes, you have a keen eye. You did notice that concrete bullpen.
Oh, yeah, it's there for a reason. We will talk about it a little bit later on.
This is a cool-looking car, man, with the neon blue, neon pink.
He definitely took the 80s theme to heart out here. I think this car is going to win Best in Show out here tonight. The number 6S, Ashton Williams, I'm sorry. Coming to the line. I dig the pink bumper is perfect.
Yeah.
That is absolutely perfect. And I just noticed the chrome wheels. Very, very, very nice.
It looks like a Hot Wheel. I want to play with it.
It is good for fifth fastest with a 15:32 right there for lap number 1 for that 6 car. I just noticed he's got chrome wheels on the left side, but not on the right side.
Huh.
Interesting. To the line, though, he's going to hold fifth fastest a little bit slower on lap number 2, unfortunately, for Williams in that 6 car. Jordan Holloway in that number 12 car, qualifying for the legend cars out there right now. Some fans are starting to arrive out here at Orange Show Speedway. Thank you so much for coming on out to our Back to the 80s night out here at Orange Show Speedway. We are streaming live on YouTube right now, our qualifying session. I'm Alan Bailey in the booth with my partner, Bob Vincent.
Hi.
To the white flag for the number 12 car. Quick time, a 14:61.
That woke you up.
Oh, yeah. Holloway in the 12, top of the charts. Let's see what lap 2 does. A 14:53 picks it up again and shatters that front row by 2/10. Heck of a pickup right there, Bob. That set the bar pretty high for the rest of this field.
Yeah. All right, number 88. Hey, that's my year, Alan.
Cody Brown in that 88X. Dale Earnhardt Jr. inspired font on that car. I dig it. The bar has been raised, and we do have a few people from out of town and out of state coming down here to Orange Show Speedway. So the competition has been stepped up tonight, so the regulars are definitely in for it. And look at Cody on the warm-up lap, his 4th fastest. Blows away half the field on the warm-up lap. Let's see what lap 1 does here on his qualifying effort. 2nd fastest with a 14:57. Oh, he's going to make a run here, Bob. Check this out. This might be the front row right here.
Nice and tight. All right, keeping control.
Get your foot in it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Let's see. No, he misses it right there, but there is a slight pickup. Bob, are you seeing the difference on the speed chart right there?
Let's see. Jordan's got 14.53. Cody's got 14.58. I mean, it's like a blink and you miss it. 2/100ths of a second separate our top 2 qualifiers right now. As Brandon Tracy in the number 98 coming on out for a qualifying lap. This has got a gray ghost kind of feel to it with that gray paint scheme and the black number. I dig it. Now watch this, Alan. I mean, he's gunning it, and this is where he's got to keep the control.
You could hear the rev limiter right there heading into 3. That's a good sign. Let's see what happens here. 3rd fastest with a 14:61 for that number 98. So let's see what lap 2 does. He's not done yet, Bob.
Nice control, and gun it.
Coming back to the line. 2nd fastest, a 14:54. 1/100th of a second off of the pole. Bob, how close can you get?
I mean, Jordan's got 14.53. Brendan's got 14.54. This is going to be a good one tonight, Alan.
That's a blink and you miss it difference right there. This is a very tight, very competitive field for the legend cars tonight for the national qualifier.
Alan, I'm going to give this one a shot. I feel like a school teacher trying not to butcher a name. That's number 18, Keller Michadone.
I'm going to say yes, Bob. And wow, this number 18 car, 6th fastest on the warm-up lap.
All right.
Half a second off the front row, but that was the warm-up. Let's see what this lap at speed does right here.
And hit it.
Coming to the line. 6th fastest with a 14:91. 3/10 off right there. checkered flag for the 18-car qualifying effort. Jumps up to fourth fastest with a 14.73, Bob.
All right, go Keller.
9 cars have taken time out here in qualifying for the Legend cars.
You see that? You see that? He's laying down some rubber. He's getting that traction.
No, he's getting heat in the tires. He wants those tires extra grippy, extra sticky.
Exactly.
And this is our reigning track champ out here at Orange Show Speedway, Tyler Hicks, in this number 6 car. Pretty quick and sporty in practice. We'll see what he does out here in qualifying. And his transponder works.
Good, good.
Love it. Through 3 and 4, pretty sporty, pretty sporty. Coming to the line. 6 fastest with a 14.81 right there on lap number 1 for Tyler Hicks in the 6 car. To the line. A tiny bit of a pickup, still good for 6 fastest for Tyler Hicks in that 6 car. A 14.81, 2.5 tenths off of the front row right there.
And a great big welcome to all of our guests making their way up to the grandstands. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do see a blanket. Does that blanket suggest that you're up to no good? That's right, she nods. It's a Marauder's map from Harry Potter blanket, Alan.
I solemnly swear we're up to no good, Bob.
I solemnly swear quite frequently, but, just not on mic.
Gotcha. And that will do it for Legends qualifying.
All right, Jordan Halloway, number 12, leading the pack for the Race Legends.
An 11-car field out here tonight for the Legend cars as the national qualifier, and $1,000 on the line for the main event later tonight for the Legend cars.
Now, Alan, we did tease that concrete bullpen out by turns 3 and 4. Alan, what's going on out there with the boom?
Well, you see that we do have a film crew out here that's going to be filming some of the racing action.
Hi, film crew. Yeah.
We hope that you are hydrated down there in the center of the racetrack, because it is very hot out there, but the sun should be setting here around the time we see the main events kicking off, Bob.
Yeah.
So the temperatures are going to come down. We do have a nice breeze that's been blowing all day from turns 1 and 2 across the racetrack towards 3 and 4. So heading down the front stretch, these drivers are going to be dealing with what's known as a headwind. They're driving into the wind. And coming off of turn 2, they feel it a little bit, and they definitely have a push coming off of turn 2 all the way into 3. So getting into 3 is going to be tricky because you're essentially being pushed by Mother Nature into that turn a little bit.
It's almost like when you're driving up to Vegas, right? And you got that westward or eastward wind.
Exactly.
You feel it.
Exactly.
You feel it.
That's exactly what it is. And because we're only a quarter-mile racetrack, you see speeds similar to what you see on the highway out to Vegas that you do here at Orange Show Speedway. Cars that are capable of darn near 200 mile an hour don't really get that fast here at Orange Show Speedway because we're only a quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
So you do see cars diving into these turns at upwards of 90 or 100 miles an hour for the Pro Late models.
But just because they're not going 200 miles an hour doesn't mean that they're not doing, split-second decisions. There's a lot of skill, a lot of strength, come to realize it when it comes to driving these vehicles.
To put it in perspective, if it's 90 degrees out here today, as it is in Southern California, as we see qualifying for the pony stocks coming on out, David Hoisterberg, defending track champ, coming on out for his qualifying effort. I think he painted this car appropriately because he looks like the Intimidator, and he definitely is the Intimidator of Orange Show Speedway. He's the guy who wins often, wins constantly, but is aggressive and isn't afraid to get physical on the racetrack and sometimes off the racetrack if need be.
Yeah. I think we might have stifled that for today's races.
15:51 for David on lap number 1. And just to put it in perspective, if it's 90 degrees outside, it's about 120 in these cars.
Yeah.
And the drivers have to wear a fire suit, as we're seeing some fluid come out of the number 68 car going down the backstretch as he went through 1 and 2. A lot of fluid coming from the rear end of that 68. Might have been fuel, hope it's fuel, that's just maybe burning off. Yeah, there's some fuel that's being leaked from that number 63, or excuse me, the 68 car onto the racetrack going into these turns. That's quite a bit of fuel, actually.
Yeah, he came out not really large and in charge. He was very apprehensive, and I'm sure he's aware of this leak, hopefully.
Now he is. He just got the black flag. He's pulling off. Yeah, there's still a little bit of fluid coming out of that number 68 car. Unfortunate right there for them.
And just a reminder, as we're celebrating Mother's Day weekend for all the moms in attendance today, and any of the moms that we're anticipating as well today, you're automatically entered into a raffle. And what is that raffle, you ask, Alan? Well, all the moms get an opportunity to wave the green flag at the beginning of every race and take a joyride in our pace car, courtesy of our friends at Toyota of Redlands.
Absolutely. The number 33 car coming on out for a qualifying effort. Scott McIntyre in the number 33 Stop Child Abuse car. Comes into this race third in the point standings, 12 points out of the points lead. 1 top 5, 2 top 10s out here in 2023 so far. Best run came last race. Let's see what Scott does here. Second fastest with a 15.99. That's about half a second off of the front row right there. We want to remind you, this is our last race at Orange Show Speedway for the entire summer, virtually, Bob, as we're not back out here in Orange Show Speedway in San Bernardino until August 26th for our Back to the Track night as we return to racing out here in Southern California. We're taking a bit of a summer break, Bob, because simply put, the drivers get a little too hot in these race cars. It's a little too hot out here for the fans, so why fight Mother Nature? Track promoter Robert Schneider decided, you know what, I'm going to give these drivers a couple of months off so they can work on their cars, enjoy some time with their family, and we'll come back to racing when the weather cooperates a little bit better.
And if the last race had anything to say about it, you know what, an opportunity for these drivers to gear up, repair anything, save up some money, and get ready for an even better summer and fall season.
Absolutely, Bob, as the number 43 comes to the line right there. Eric King in the number 16 car. Taking time out there. Lap 1, which was the warm-up for that 16, was good for third fastest, Bob. Wow.
All right.
Eric did miss the opening race, unfortunately, but did actually pick up the win during the last race out here at Orange Show Speedway. So he missed a race and he won a race, and because of that, he is currently 9th in the point standings, 45 points out of the point lead. Uphill battle for him, but I think he's capable of it. And you talk about a throwback, Bob. Yeah. Check out what Jimmy Sloan in the 51 brought to Orange Show Speedway. That is Rowdy Burns from Days of Thunder right there. If I've ever seen Rowdy Burns, looking for a little bit of that Rowdy Burns speed in that number 51. It was good for fourth fastest on the warm-up lap right there as King jumps up to second fastest with a 15.78. Good for second on the speed charts, but let's see what old Rowdy can do in this number 51, loose off of 4. Second fastest for Jimmy Sloan in the number 51, a 15.62 right there on lap number 1. Rowdy's got some more speed in it. What you think, Bob?
And he held on to it.
Yeah, he did. He wasn't that loose off right there. That's a pickup, but not good enough. Barely missing out on that front row for Jimmy Sloan in the number 51, a 15.47 right there. Out of towner right there. I haven't seen him out here. Have you?
No.
That's a brand new car out
but
here in Orange Show
Speedway. But you did mention, man, we're attracting attention from drivers near and far.
Sorry, Snow just got really loose right there. That made me perk up. Brandon Snow in the number 50, that orange and silver car.
Yeah.
Snow Motorsports right there. Normally they have upwards of 3 cars. Whoa. That right front did not grip. He went into turn 3 and it went bounce like a basketball, and that affected his lap time. Good for fifth fastest with a 15.91 for Snow right there in the 50 car.
Yeah, he felt it.
And the number 93, the youngster, Ralph Hodges, who is 14 years old. Might have just turned 15, actually. I think he might be 15. He's loose off right there.
You know, I love it, man. You know, these kids become, professional drivers, if you will, before they even have a license.
Yeah, they get in line for the DMV. They go, I got this.
I got this.
Let's hold on to it, Ralph. I saw it get a little hacky right there, but that's good for fourth fastest for the youngster Ralph Hodges with a 15.78.
I wonder if when they take their actual driving test, do they just excel miraculously at left turns? Right turns they have an issue with, but left turns you got it. You nailed it.
Absolutely. The number 99 Cody Carruthers coming on out for a qualifying effort. A little high and loose. Oh, he was hacking at that wheel off of 4. He kept it straight though. Oh, boy, that had me nervous, Bob. Good for 7th fastest on lap number 1 as Gilbert in the 5 comes out for his warm-up lap. Through 3 and 4, though, here comes that 99, much smoother, but a tick slower, I think. No, a little bit of a speed pickup, but not a position pickup. Good for 7th fastest with a 15.89 for Carruthers in that 99, as Matt Gilbert in the 5 car comes out for his qualifying effort.
That's a classic blue right there, Alan, if I ever saw it.
Absolutely. Gilbert coming into this race second in the point standings, a mere 6 points out of the point lead. Loose off right there for the 5 car. And that is good for 6th fastest with a 15.83 right there. As the 25 comes out for a warm-up lap, Patrick Gilbert. As Matt is loose off. Hot pit was last week, Matt. Hot pit was last week, but hold on to her. So that was not a... Actually, that was a pickup on lap 2. Even with that slide, jumps up to 3rd fastest. Look at Matt slipping and sliding all the way up to 3rd place with a 15.70 right there on lap number 2.
They got new tricks in their sleeves, Alan.
Hey, slip and slide all the way to the front row. Nothing wrong with it. The number 25, lap number 1 completed right here. Good for 5th fastest for Patrick Gilbert in the 25. A 15.75 right there. Patrick coming into the points, 8th, 41 points out, tied for 7th actually on the speed charts. And Patrick jumps up to 3rd fastest, knocks Matt down to 4th, a 15.52. Only 1/10 off the front row right there for that number 25 car. As we do have a few more cars set for qualifying here in the pony stock division. As the number 67 comes on out. White number on white car.
I've seen some cop cars like that. They scare me. I never know where they're coming from, man. Are you a regular car or a ghost car? Or is it just a car that's a ghost?
Whoa.
That's too early for Halloween, Alan.
Way too early. Conrad Hucklebay in the number 67. Conservative on lap number 1 right there for the 67.
Yeah, that's the word I would choose.
Jumps up to 11th with a 16.68. First time that this driver in the car has raced out here in 2023 at Orange Show Speedway. Checkered flag for the 67. Up to 10th right there with a 16.60 right there. About a second and a change off the pole right there.
Yeah, you're right, Alan. I don't think we've seen Conrad Huckabee here at the track, but nevertheless, welcome to the Orange Show Speedway.
And that will conclude qualifying for the pony stocks. No surprise, defending track champ David
Hoisterberg
on the pole.
You know, and I'm glad that you lean on me for that one, because I got the inside scoop from his family when we were doing one of the trackside races. So I mean, Hoisterberg, that is now gospel to me, just the name itself.
Appreciate the assistance there, Bob.
Anytime.
If you're watching on the chat, you coming on out to Orange Show Speedway tonight, let us know in the chat on YouTube right now. You can talk with us here in the booth. We do have a Mother's Day raffle that's happening out here. Every mother in attendance will get, well, actually, their gate ticket is their raffle ticket. There's a number printed on that stub.
Keep that ticket, ladies. Keep that ticket handy.
Yes, because we will be raffling off the chance to drop the green flag tonight for one of the main events and a chance to ride in one of the Pace vehicles, courtesy of our friends at Toyota of Redlands. And we also have our Fifth Gear Barbecue Junior Fan Club out here tonight. So if you're a youngster who's watching age 12 and under, bring a bicycle and a helmet on out. You can actually race on Orange Show Speedway before our main events. We hold a race, a bicycle race. No mechanical. People have brought electric bikes. No, none of that.
All pedal powered, cogs and chains, a scooter even, but yeah, nothing motorized. Come on down. But you know what, Alan, all that biking and scooting is going to make these kids hungry, man.
Absolutely, which is good for them because every participant, whether you win the race, whether you finish dead last, gets a free kids meal courtesy of our friends at Fifth Gear Barbecue who are in our fan zone right now. So you get the hot dog, chips, drink, and a little candy.
Yes.
All for simply participating. So for parents, it's a dream come true. You bring your kid out to the Speedway, you get them tuckered out.
Nap time.
You get them entertained, you get them fed, and they sleep all the way home. You're welcome.
Mom, my AirPod's loose.
It's okay, son. Get out there and pedal, and you'll be fine.
I lost my Minecraft account. I don't know. Is that what kids worry about these days? I don't know.
That's what kids worry about these days. You lose my iRacing account, Bob, you and I are going to have words.
I was just worried about the French invasion when I was 12.
I'm worrying about how well I'm going to get into Darlington turn 2, or off turn 2 tonight. That's what I'm thinking about in iRacing. But we do have a full night of racing out here. Not only do we kick off our night with the trophy dashes for the pony and the pro late models, but we have our junior fan club. Our Bandolero main is coming at you for 20 laps, Pro 4 for 35 laps, Sport Compact after that for 25 laps, the pony stock for 35 laps, the legend car is coming at you for 35 laps. That pays $1,000 to win. Then we have the pro late model main event, followed by our street stock, which is now 45 laps.
Yeah.
And then finally, at the end of the night, our pit lane garage area opens up to all fans. As you can head on down there at the end of the night, meet your favorite drivers, and get an up-close personal look at these race cars.
And who knows? You know, you might inspire the next generation of young racers by meeting some of your favorite racers out here tonight.
Absolutely. And Bob, we saw one of our winning cars, actually. Sean Higurani took his legend car, took it to Jay Leno's garage after he won in 2022. And he was not on the program, mind you. It was Jay and the president of INEX on there talking about these wonderful cars. Yeah. It's a great little 20-minute video. We're going to be putting it up on our website after this race. So we highly encourage you. It's on YouTube right now to check that out if you want to learn more about the Legend Car program. But essentially, these cars were started, the division was started in the early 90s as a way for people to get involved in racing who maybe don't have the deepest pockets. And let's be honest, who does these days? And this division is pretty easy, pretty straightforward to get into. Easy to take parts on, bolt new ones on if there's any damage. It runs a motorcycle engine so that it's a little easier to maintain. Yeah. And it's fun for these drivers to race. And, you know, if you're building a car from scratch, you can make it look normal, like just a normal car from the 2000s or the 90s. But they said, no, we're going back to the 40s. Decided to make a Ford and a Chevy model that are available for purchase. If you want to learn more about it, you can log on to inex.com. Or orangeshowspeedway.org if you want to get involved in racing.
And Alan, it is time to begin qualifying for our American Truck Series, our street stocks.
You mean American race trucks?
That's right.
And once again tonight, you will see the American race trucks and the street stocks racing on the track at the same time. Two separate races running simultaneously.
It's like an alphabet soup and a number soup all together. It's like, which way did he go, George?
It was glorious because you have two races happening at once. So there's literally two winners, and all of these cars have to get along and race with each other. Speaking of which, defending track champ Curtis Burns, a 1474 right there on lap number 1 for that 54. He got a new paint job during the offseason. I dig it. Back to the line, a 1668. Good for fastest so far for Curtis Burns.
And lucky number 7 in that blue and black and gray, that is George Perrette.
Ooh, nice. Off of 4 right there. A 15-18 right there for George, who comes into this race 4th in the point standings, 12 points out of the points lead. Oh, he's just tight off of 4 right there, Bob. My goodness. Yeah, slower lap right there on lap number 2 for George in that 7 car as Roger Young comes out in the number 85 street stock. And again, Bob, spotter's dream. Bright neon yellow car with an American flag motif for the number. The number's a little harder to read, but the car definitely stands out on the racetrack. White flag for the 85. A 1543 right there for Young in the 85.
You're right, Alan. It's like, dude, where'd Roger go, Alan? Oh, there he is. There he is in the yellow car.
Another car that cannot be missed. Roger Brown in the number 16 car. Coming on out for a qualifying effort. This car has a gutsy throat. Listen to this thing come down the front stretch. He is here.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, a 1549 right there on the warm-up lap for Roger. Young, by the way, not Brown. Brown.
Yeah, we got a Young and a Brown.
We got a Young and a Brown on the Rogers, but Roger Young, a 1523 for the 85. The 16 Roger Brown, a 1476 right there on lap number 1. But lap number 2 might be better.
It is.
Top of the charts, a 1456 for Roger Brown.
Chicken Joe.
Don't look now, Bob. Chicken Joe is back.
Chicken Joe. That sounds like that looks like a car for someone named Chicken Joe. And that's not an insult. That's like that's a rugged, ramshackle, built from the ground up kind of car.
I was going to say that car looks like it came right off the set of Death Race. And I mean no disrespect at all. I think it's awesome.
Kids, if you haven't seen Death Race, go home and watch that tonight. It is exhilarating.
Jason Statham at his best, man. I'm telling you.
Oh no, I'm talking about the original one with the real Don Steele.
That's even better, actually.
Yeah,
that's a good one too. Yeah.
David Carradine is in it, I think.
Yes. Look at you pulling a real Don Steele reference out in the show.
You better believe it, baby. What does everybody know and believe? Tino Delgado was alive. Something for the 93 KHJ fans out there.
Love it. But Chicken Joe, transponder issues, I believe, or something's wrong with the car, actually. Not sure, but he did take his 2 laps out there, but just a little sluggish right there. Not sure why, but a 1812 right there.
This car's making me hungry.
No, Jeff has always had some great-looking race cars. This red car with the yellow flames, such a cool car, Bob. It stands out so much. Jeff Williams coming into this race 3rd in the point standings, 10 points out of the American Race Truck standings to the line. 2nd fastest with a 1456 right there for Williams in the 28s. As the number 25, Curtis Deitch.
Yeah.
As the number 28 car, quick time, a 1440 for Williams in the number 28 car, top of the charts. That's the biggest question out here tonight. The American race trucks and the streets, engine-wise, are almost identical. But the question is which one is faster? So there's kind of an extra race within the race happening.
Absolutely, and you notice, Alan, between these two separate species of cars, the way they attack these turns is unique to each car.
Absolutely. The number 21 coming on out, Jared King. But let's check out that number 25 through 3 and 4 coming to the line. Holds for 6th fastest with a 1539 right there. About a second off of the front row right there for that 25. But let's check out this 21. Jared King has been pretty darn fast, Bob, out here at Orange Show Speedway. He is the points leader coming into this race. He did pick up a victory in the last race in this number 21 car.
Nice.
Let's see what he does here on lap number 1. A little loose off. 4th fastest with a 1478. As Eddie Secord comes out for a warm-up lap. But let's check out that 21 car coming through 3 and 4 to the line. Holding strong at 4th fastest for King with a 1470 right there. 2nd of the street stock so far out here. Now, the C-Cords, Bob, we talk about it every broadcast. They are, I would call them the petty of Orange Show Speedway, meaning that they've been racing out here at Orange Show Speedway since the 50s.
Yeah, multi-generational family here at the Orange Show Speedway, the C-Cords.
And we've been racing out here since 1947, 76 years young out here at Orange Show Speedway in San Bernardino. The Secords have been here for 60-plus years. Pretty impressive right there. And you could see right there, Eddie Secord in the number 35 goes up to third fastest with a 14.68. Impressive. As you see the number 18, Darren Secord, coming on out for his qualifying effort. Darren knows how to get around here, too. Sixth fastest with a 14.81. Coming to the line. Oh, a little loose off. Held on to it, though. Jumps up to fifth fastest with a 14.68 for Secord in the 18. Neil Boyle in the number 11. Neil was 10th fastest right there. Ooh. See, that is loose under acceleration, and he took the cone. No, is that a jack stand? That's a jack stand.
What?
That looks like a jack stand.
It looks like a jack stand.
He had a jack stand under the car for the whole lap. What'd you forget the jack? Wow. Hey, Bob, where'd that jack stand go? It's going to turn up at some point. Just did.
I left it right here, I swear.
Neil jumps up to 7th fastest with a 15.09. So the jack stand was holding him back about 2/10. Good to know.
If you ever want to sabotage anybody, you put a jack stand under their car.
That came out from the right front.
Please don't do that at home.
I'm still in disbelief that it made it around for a full lap. The number 33 car of Chad Hansen right there, coming out for a qualifying effort. I'm just going to stare at the jack stand in turn 3. I'm sorry. I'm mesmerized by it at this point. That jack stand has seen some stuff, Bob. I'm just saying. Chad jumps up to 8th fastest with a 15.18. Have you ever? No, I've never. Another gutsy engine coming on out for qualifying. Let's check out this number 33 car. To the line. Going to be holding strong 8th fastest right there for Chad in the number 33. It is the 117 car. Ryan Daniel, who might have the deepest, gutsiest sounding engine in the division out here at Orange Show Speedway. Lap number 1. A little loose off right there. Ooh, hello. Jumps up to 2nd fastest, a 14.51 for Daniel on lap number 1.
Now watch this, watch this. See if he holds on to it. See if he holds on to it, Alan.
He was drifting through 3 and 4 right there. Yeah, lap number 2, no pickup right there for Daniel, but 2nd fastest in that 17. The fastest of the street stocks. Tyler Gallup, who had an incident, let's just say, during the last race, and unfortunately injured himself. Broken hand, Bob.
He got passionate.
That's one word for it. 8th fastest for Gallup, a 14.84 right there. He is driving with a cast on his right hand right now.
Yeah.
Which makes shifting very tricky. Same with that when you're loose off right there. My gosh, he had his hands full right there. And he's going to hold strong the 8 car, 8th on the speed charts with a 14.73. Ugh. But yeah, he posted the x-rays on his Facebook, Bob. And I mean, if you're going to break your hand, break it all the way. And he definitely broke it all the way, Bob. I can confirm. But the number 13 car, Katie Secord. 3 Secords in the field tonight. In the number 13 for Katie right there. As the number 44 comes out for a qualifying effort warm-up lap. But let's see what Katie does in this 13. Coming to the line. 14th fastest with a 15.50 right there.
Now here's your color scheme, Alan. Black and red.
Don't hate it, Bob.
No, not at all. That's number 44, Jacob Quartaro.
And I dig the chrome red rims on that number 45 car. They stand out very nicely.
Very modern.
Very nice. Coming to the line, though. 13th fastest with a 15.27 right there. Not too bad. Let's see what lap 2 does. Few first-timers out here in 2023 coming out to San Bernardino for the last race before our race break. Coming to the line for the number 44, jumps up to 12th fastest with a 15:23. And we are checking, but I believe that will do it for the American Race Truck and for the street stock qualifying effort out here. Again, two separate divisions racing on the track simultaneously in one race. And you could see one of our track workers, a bit of a break right now because there is a track worker running down to turn 3.
See, now I want Neil to sign it and raffle that off.
I want to confirm that that is a jack stand because it looks like it's a stand.
It looks too big.
No, they triangle like that. Just jack stands are like that. They can be that big. We are waiting for one street stock to come on back. We do have a few late arrivals. A number of our racers coming from out of state, Bob. A few of them got here for the practice session that we had out at the track last night. A couple of them arriving literally minutes ago. And a few that are going to be arriving after a race at another racetrack across town. Huh. So there's 3 races that they're in. The race out here at Orange Show Speedway that they're trying to get to. The race that is happening across town. And then the race to get to our race.
Yeah,
there's 3 races
joke.
That they're in tonight. So, I mean, literally racing from one racetrack in LA County out here to San Bernardino. It's upwards of, I believe, 45-ish miles one way. So that is quite a trek in Southern California traffic. So we'll see if they can get here in time for the main event later tonight for that division.
At this time of day, Alan, yeah.
Well, even for later tonight, for the street stock main, that's the last race that's going to be coming to you tonight. This American Race Truck and street stock main event for 45 laps out here tonight. It's going to be absolutely amazing. If you haven't decided, if you're watching on the stream, and we do see some people are watching on the stream on YouTube right now, come on down. Tickets are still available on orangeshowspeedway.org/tickets. And, of course, they're available at the front gate all night long. Mothers who attend tonight will be in a special raffle. We'll be raffling off the chance to either drop the green flag or to ride in the Toyota of Redlands pace car. All you have to do is simply tell the person at the front gate that you're a mom, and you're automatically entered with your ticket stub into the Mother's Day raffle out here.
Now, show of hands. Show of hands. How many out here? How many ladies out there are moms? Show of hands.
Or grandmothers. Or grandmothers.
Yeah. Well, welcome. A very, very warm and loving, happy Mother's Day to you. If some of you celebrated on Wednesday already, I know my mom did. Well, happy belated Mother's Day. But, and I mean, you know, we got multicultural people here, so happy early or happy belated.
So let's talk about that for a minute, Bob.
Yeah.
We do have some people in the Mexican culture who celebrate Mother's Day when?
That is May 10th every year. That is a solid date, no matter what time, no matter what day of the week it is, Saturday, Sunday, March, doesn't matter. May 10th is a solid day, not only for Hispanic moms, but I think even Pacific Islander moms too.
I believe you're right, Bob, because I was a little confused when I woke up on the 10th because I saw everybody in a group chat with my wife's family wishing my mother-in-law a happy Mother's Day.
It's like, oh no, is it Sunday already?
My initial thought was, it's Sunday morning. What have I done? I have slept for too many days. But no, that's what that was. But Mother's Day here in the United States is this Sunday, tomorrow out here in Southern California. As the number 4 car comes out for a qualifying effort.
David Quartaro in the number 4.
I mean, 9th fastest right there with a 14:85.
Now, definitely slowing down, Alan, on the South straightaway.
Well, this is the cool down lap, Bob. He already qualified. But that is a good-looking car. It looks like and that's the design. It might look like he ran through paint, but he's got this really cool paint motif behind the fender, the front fender right there on that number 4 car. I absolutely dig it. And Bob, since there is a little bit of a delay right here, let's take a look on the qualifying stream at some amazing drone footage. You can see it right here, Bob. Absolutely phenomenal overhead action from one of our races in 2022 out here in Orange Show Speedway. It is a quarter-mile racetrack, pretty flat out here, very similar to the LA Coliseum, minus the walls on the inside. So these drivers can get their tires down below that white line or on that white line in order to find some racing groove. Obviously, the fastest way around here is getting your nose under a driver, and you do see a lot of bump and run bumper action. It is a short track in Southern California, so it does get aggressive from time to time, but it is a very cool racetrack nevertheless. Tickets are still available for tonight's Back to the 80s night, as we're going to be playing 80s music with 80s trivia all night long out here in Southern California. So make sure that you come on out. Get your tickets because the gates are now open. The main events start at 6 p.m. tonight, and we do have a few surprises coming at you during the main events later tonight. Late models getting ready to come on out for a qualifying effort.
Now, Alan, I do want to give our guests a heads up, both live and on our live stream. Tonight, we will be raffling off another pair of tickets to the Renaissance Pleasure Fair in Irwindale, right down the highway. Time sensitive, these are only valid for tomorrow. So if you don't have any plans, if you want to take your mom, grandma, your tia, anybody out to the Renaissance Fair, we got 2 complimentary tickets we'll be raffling off today that are only good for tomorrow for Mother's Day.
And I'm actually heading to the Renaissance Fair tomorrow, Bob.
Yeah, you'll be able to see Alan and his lovely maiden.
Oh, Larry, look at you going on theme right there, Bob. I dig it. Barry Carr in the number 22 coming out for a qualifying effort. Lap number 1, a 1388. And these Pro late models are the closest you will get to a NASCAR Cup car. They are the most powerful, the biggest cars out here, and the hardest to drive.
The loudest, that's for sure.
And the loudest. Barry coming to the line with a 1388 on lap number 2. Fastest so far in the Pro late models out here. Jeff in that orange Tony Stewart-inspired number 20 car. You might think that's a throwback. Nope. He races that car every single week out here at Orange Show Speedway, and he's pretty darn sporty in it, too. Coming to the line, a 1480, 38, I should say, on lap number 1 for the 20 car. Now, Jeff comes into this race 8th in the point standings, 43 points out of the front right there. And that number 22. So it says 22 on the car. It is a 1477 for Ryan Bragdon on that warm-up lap. Sorry, he got really loose off it, too.
Yeah, no, I kind of clenched my cheeks, too, man.
We tense up whenever we see these guys get loose because it's a little nerve-wracking. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, we still have all evening of racing, guys. Like, don't get too loose. Don't get too close to the walls.
Calm down. This tire's going to get grip as she cools down, I swear.
Take it easy.
Bragdon goes up to second fastest with a 1450 right there as the number 17 comes out for a qualifying effort.
Yeah, nice red, white, and black on the 17th with Robert Deserov behind the wheel.
$14.50 right there for the 17 on lap number 1. Ooh. Sorry, I just see the hands in the car going chop, chop, chop. Not good. 4th fastest for Robert in the 17. Here comes Matt Goodwin. Now, Goodwin, a third-generation racer, all 3 of them, grandfather and father and son, all raced out here at Orange Show Speedway from Wilmore, California.
It's beautiful in Wildemar, yeah.
Let's see what Goodwin does on lap 1. Second fastest with a 13.93. But he's got to find 5/1000ths of a second to get that pole. Let's see if he can do it here on lap number 2. Oh, he didn't get it. Slow down on lap 2. Yikes. But still good for second fastest for Goodwin. As you can see just outside 3 and 4, the number 2 car coming on out. Mike Wyman in the 2 car. Now, Mike raced out here in 2022. Has yet to race out here in 2023. This will be his first race out here in San Bernardino of the season.
I would have recognized that cool paint job.
Yeah, we saw him out here a few times in 2022. Oh, top of the charts, a 13.77.
He came to play.
Business is picking up, Bob. Let's go. He ain't done, though. Let's see if he can do a pickup here on lap 2 to the line. Oh, tick slower right there, but he blows Barry Carr's fast time out of the water by a 1/10 of a second. Amazing job for that 2 car. But keep an eye on this 51, Jim Martis. This guy knows how to get around here. He tends to win out here often. Oh, he's not chopping like some of these guys. Oh, a 13.85. 8/1000ths off that front row. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, a little loose off right there. Oh, he picks it up. Are you kidding me?
Barely.
Are you kidding me?
Barely, Alan.
6/1000ths of a second. That's a fingernail. Literally, Bob. Still good for second fastest, though, but oh, he's going to be kicking himself over that one. And don't look now, the high school senior, Cody Kimley, who won in this 48 car last time we raced out here. Quick time, a 13.72. Wow.
Yeah, he's going places.
The high school senior blows them all out of the water. Wow.
Wow, he shaves it right down to a 13.69.
Unbelievable.
Well, number 48, Cody Kimley is going to be one to keep an eye out for tonight.
Kimley comes into this race a single point out of the points lead. If he grabs the point lead tonight, Bob, he will be the youngest points leader in Orange Show Speedway history in the Pro Late Model division. He has that opportunity tonight as the number 31 comes on out. Ryan Pannone for his qualifying effort. Fourth fastest with a 13.83. Ooh, good for fourth fastest with a 13.83 right there. So lap number 2 was literally a tick slower right there. But, man, I mean, you throw a blanket over these the front 3 cars, Bob. They are extremely close. But clearly, Cody Kimley came to play. And that will do it for qualifying out here at Orange Show Speedway.
All right.
So make sure that you head down to the track because the gates are now open. Racing will start in about 1 hour. So make sure that you come on down. But, Bob, it is back to the 80s night. I am rocking the MTV shirt.
I'm rocking a Styx shirt, and while I know the Styx is a 70s band, they had some amazing albums in the 80s. Mr. Roboto, Pieces of Eight, and I'm just excited. I'm gonna watch them again in July in live. So
Oh, it's gonna be.
I'm sporting the Styx today. You're sporting the MTV.
I am. And as we end the qualifying broadcast on YouTube, we're actually going to leave you with the oldest known footage of Orange Show Speedway. We're going to throw all the way back to 1965 as the midget cars. Open wheel, open helmet, no roll cage cars.
No Hans device.
No Hans device. Barely wore racing gloves. And they raced out here just fully open. No issue.
I wouldn't doubt it if they're racing, with their knees on their knees on the steering wheel, flask in one hand, a cigarette in the other, and a baby on their lap. Why not?
I mean, they basically did back in the day, Bob, but we'll leave you with this footage on the qualifying broadcast. For everybody here at Orange Show Speedway in San Bernardino, California, I'm Alan Bailey.
I'm Bob Vincent.
We will see you at the track. So long, folks.
Car, Tommy Cobb. Jimmy Davies in car number 5. The 45 car, Johnny Morehouse. Car number 2, Tom Selberg. The 58 car, Paul Jones. George Benson in number 96. And the 32 car, Mel Kenyon. There's the green flag. In turn number 1, Johnny Morehouse takes the lead. Out of turn 3, it's Morehouse in 45.